Hello, hello, hello. I stopped by today to encourage someone today. I just left the church, been working. Hey, how are you? Welcome to the Scope. Invite your friends. I stopped by to be motivation and of encouragement to someone today because we work so hard each and every day trying to make things happen, and I learned something today about from my pastor. He is so awesome. The Pastor Damian Royal over at Philippi Church of Christ is an awesome man of God, and today he delivered his sermon from John. Was it John? To John 12, and I tell you, it blessed my soul real good because this party that we in won't stop, and I'm just as excited about it because I work so hard each and every day trying to be my best me and trying to deliver the best products and trying to create an opportunity for others. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, maybe so. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about each and every one of you out there in Periscope land and how important it is that you be your best self and how important it is that you find your why and learn how to develop your stage and develop your platform so that you can have a life that allows you to thrive and not just survive. So on today we were talking about how the party just doesn't stop. He talked about Lazarus and how Lazarus was dead and how we look at some of our situations and those situations may appear to be dead. But that's just a graveyard mentality because we know for sure that Lazarus rose. It was one of the miracles of the Bible. He rose. It was one of the miracles that we know existed in the Bible. He rose. And so if he can arise, if God can deliver him out of his situation from a deadly graveyard situation, of course he can deliver us to the place where he wants us to be. So I'm so excited today just to give back a little bit of what was poured into my soul today by Pastor Damian Royal over at Philippi Church of Christ. He came out of the book of, it was John 12, John chapter 12 verses 1 and 2 and verses 9 and 11. Read it for yourself, study it for yourself because it has changed my perspective. You know, we go to the club, we do different things, but you know what? There's nothing like the party that you can have with Christ because he has a vision and a purpose for each of our lives. And that purpose today is to be your best self. We are offering a lot of things. We are doing a lot of great things because God has instilled in us with all of our talents and our gifts and our abilities. He has given us to help someone else. And if you have not, you know within yourself that there is a burning gift on the inside of you, then you need to figure out how to get yourself moving because God says in his word that we shall not eat bread alone, but we should eat from every word that is spoken out of the mouth of God. But every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. I believe that his word is tried and true. And I thank God for him today. I thank God for the pouring into my spirit and my ability to pour out unto you what has been given to me. He said God specializes in the graveyard. He does. Think about it for a minute. Lazarus, a dead man. Mary, you know, they all knew he was just gone and Jesus had just been there, that he would be alive. But let me tell you, God met him right there. And even in that dead situation, in that graveyard situation, God brought Lazarus back to life. He can bring your situation back to life. And that thing that you thought was dead, that project that you thought was dead, God puts us in a situation where he gives us the gift to do things, but he also makes provision for us to do things. We can't give up on what he has given us to birth. Many times I used to remember how I used to say, God, look, I'm just really tired of this. You know, I don't want to do this anymore. But, you know, I'm reminded of the story of Jonah. How Jonah would, prefer to take the shade of the tree versus, going to serve and to help God's people. Well, We have an assignment. There are people who are attached to us, and because they're attached to us, we must live out the dream, and we must live out the visions that God has bestowed unto us. We are responsible for those things, but we must seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all those other things shall be added unto us. I truly believe that is a testament in itself. He said, let your pain usher in his power, which means that if you are hurting today, if you are in a place that doesn't feel so comfortable, you can turn from that way and you can lean unto him and allow that pain to usher you into a place with Christ so that he can heal and he can, help you to get rid of those wounds, because he is the doctor, he is the lawyer, he is the everything. And I just thank God for that, on today. So I'm just so excited about just having just been in the spirit today, in the place of God, where I could just get that word and just be stored up. You know how sometimes you just need a rebirth? Well, today I got a rebirth. Hey, sister, how you doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am so excited today, Matisa. I finally decided, get in front of my camera. What can I, I'm excited about Christ. You know what? Yes, I run a business. Yes, I do a little bit of this and I do a little bit of that, but there's nothing more breathtaking than loving the Lord. So I just, for the Christ in me, I just thank God for what he's doing. He's doing something brand new, guys. Brand spanking new. On today, we launched a special project with my church at Philippi Church of Christ. The ECA is partnering with myself, my company, Audacity Group Social Enterprise, and the Philippi Church of Christ under the spiritual leadership of Pastor Damian Royal. We will be hosting bi-monthly events on economic development series. These events will be free and open to the public. We will have panels of guests, masterminds that are going to come together, and we are going to scope from these events as well. We have locked in only 200 seats will be permitted to attend this private broadcast event. And so what we're going to be doing is, if you'll go over and visit us at bit.ly/YouMatter2016, you will have all the information that you need to reserve your seat. So I'm so excited about what God is doing in the kingdom. He said what we do for him will last. And so therefore we sometimes have to reshift our focus and remember what is most important, and why do we do what we do anyway? We do it because it was a God-given assignment. Without him in the midst of it all, then it will not last. And so I'm just excited that my pastor saw fit in me to be able to go before, and Christ, God saw fit to use me, a little old me who, I can tell you so many stories. I won't today because that's not my purpose of this scope. But I was in a graveyard. I was in a graveyard space. And sometimes I'd be in that graveyard space and I got to pull myself up by the bootstraps and shake myself and say, no, that's not of God. And you stay focused. Sometimes we got to go back and revisit, replenish our souls and our spirit so that we can be what God will have us to be. He said, let your pain usher in his power. Then he said, Jesus can step into any situation and overthrow it. I don't care what it looks like today. It can be a pure mess. And you know that sometimes the situations that we have been in have been an absolute pure mess. But you know what? God can take our mess and make it a blessing for somebody else. He's done it over and over and over again. So many countless times has he been a blessing. Has he used people. Every single person that he used them from a point of weakness, and he developed them. He developed them to bless his people. So I just thank God for that today. I thank God for the graveyard situations. I thank God for everything that he's doing. And again, we are launching the very first economic development community series over at the Philippi Church of Christ, Disciples of Christ in Greenville, North Carolina, north of the river. We will be holding bi-monthly events. The first one will be July 16th. We will have vendors. If you're interested, just go over to bit.ly/YouMatter2016 and get signed up. The only way you can get into this is you have to reserve your seat. tell us, we'll send you more. Once you sign up and reserve your seat, then we'll send you more information about what our needs are, what the demands are for that particular meeting, for that particular event, and what we're going to be teaching on that particular event, July 16th. We're looking at just shy of 1 month. Very, very excited about this social partnership I have with the church, and as under the spiritual leadership of my pastor Damian Royal. Just so excited that God has entrusted me and entrusted him with us, and that he's just pouring into us all those good things, and seeing the manifestation of our growth under his leadership. We can conquer all. We are more than conquerors. Our favorite saying is we win. We don't do nothing but win. So if the devil is in your space today, step all over him. Step all over him. That dead situation can be resurrected. Just think about Lazarus. Just think about what God did for him, and think about what God can do for you if you allow him to allow him to take that pain and usher him in through that pain, that space, that graveyard space, that place of where you might feel like it's a plateau, that you've gone so far but you can't go any further. It's a lie. It's a lie, and that's what the devil will have you to believe, because you can keep moving, but you got to keep working, because God said in his word also that faith without works is completely dead. So you can't get nowhere without work. So we must work in the vineyard. We must be working. We must be the gardeners to cultivate what God will have us to deliver unto his people. So very, very excited today just to be before you. I never even told you. My name is Dr. Eve Angel Savage. I am a social enterprise strategist. I am also a researcher, author. I wear so many hats, but most of all, I'm a child of God. So I just thank God for just allowing me to be here today. Remember, this kind of party don't ever stop. And I just thank God today. This party won't stop. This is Dr. Eve Angel Savage. Hop on over to bit.ly, bit.ly/YouMatter2016 and reserve your seat today for the very first You Matter 2016 economic development series within our community. It will be 200 seats also reserved for those in a private Periscope broadcast. So let's get excited. Let's make things happen. This is free. Did I tell you it was free? Free. It's all free. Free, folks. It's free. Free. Love that concept. Free. I just, for the love of God, we want to give you something. Hang in there. Go over there and sign up. If you are a professional, if you are a student and you want to develop yourself so that you can develop your platform, or you want to develop yourself as a professional, you want to brand your name, or if you are a professional and you want to brand your name. Not everybody can't be entrepreneurs. We know that, right? Because the world needs everybody. They need people on their jobs. We need people to work in our businesses. So we all know that this is about economic development, not just about entrepreneurship, but how we can grow as a people, as a body. So I stress the importance to you today. If you're a student, hop on over bit.ly, bit.ly/YouMatter2016. Get signed up for some sessions, or visit us at Philippi Church of Christ, July 16th from 11:30 to 2:30 is the event, and also have a live Periscope private broadcast. If you're not signed up, you won't be able to access it live globally. So get signed up for that. If you are a professional, get signed up for it. Let us help you brand yourself as a professional. If you are a business owner, we have a survey that we're going to send out as soon as you sign up for the class. We're going to send you a survey so we can assess your needs as a business owner, because we don't want to just, everybody doesn't need the same thing. People are at so many different levels. And so because they are, we need to meet you right where you are. So get signed up for bit.ly/YouMatter2016. Very, very excited. This is Dr. Eve Angel Savage over at Audacity Group Social Enterprise, partnering with the Philippi Church of Christ, Disciples of Christ, under the spiritual leadership of Pastor Damian Royal. Thank you. Have yourself a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me, sis. I appreciate you always, and share the scope. Pass the scope along to someone who can use it, because we don't have to be in our dead situations, because this party, it don't stop. I'm going to stop this broadcast in a minute.